The Front Room is the newest movie from A24. Is it any good? Let's find out right now.
She said that you hit her.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Today I got another movie review. Today we'll be discussing The Front Room from A24. Before we get started, though, make sure you do leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Helps a lot. It's free to do so. I'm going to read you guys a quick plot description just so you know what the movie is about. Everything goes to hell for newly pregnant Belinda after her mother-in-law moves in and tries to get her claws on the child. So this one is directed by the Egger twins, Sam and Max, and if I'm correct, they're the younger brothers of Robert Eggers, who a lot of people know. He's a very famous director, directed The Witch, The Northman, and The Lighthouse, and he has Nosferatu coming out this year. And I will say that the direction by them, Sam and Max, is okay. It's nowhere near, their brother's direction, and them starting off with this being their first movie is not a great starting point, because I was not a fan of this movie, sadly. The trailers look pretty interesting, look like it could hold some twists and turns, and trailers kind of sold it as like a horror comedy, but it's like much it's much less than that. It's kind of like a thriller and just not really anything at certain points. I felt like the premise of this movie was basically lost like 20 minutes in and just became a really just a weird, frustrating time for me. It's also a very gross movie. Like, if you get very nauseous at people throwing up in movies or seeing human feces in movies, I would recommend that you stay away from this one, because there's enough of that just to make you want to just walk out of the movie. I saw some things that I just do not want to see anymore. Like, I'm not going to be able to get any of those images out of my head for a while. I thought it was just a very poor way to show what you're wanting to show in a certain way. Like, there's a difference between showing and telling. Like, I feel like you just could have showed told the audience what's happening rather than showing all that, especially multiple times. Like, there's a whole entire montage of Belinda kind of cleaning up Solange's diaper, taking her to the bathroom, showing close-ups of a toilet flushing down, all this crap, and I just thought it was pretty gross. I just don't think we need that in movies. And all people saying like, oh, it's a horror aspect. It's not. It's just severely gross, and I just thought that was a poor way of showing all that, showing all those themes and laying those plot devices down in a way. It's also very frustrating in a way, because Belinda, the character in this movie, has her mother-in-law coming to stay with her, Solange, played by Catherine Hunter. And I think Catherine Hunter was pretty decent here in playing a very unlikable character. But at the end, there's a sequence right there where I was like, why didn't you guys just do that within the first 30 minutes of the movie? Like, this premise of this movie did not need to be stretched out for a whole movie. Like, it could have easily just been a short, like a 30-minute short. I feel like this premise just doesn't work for like I don't even know how long it was, like 90 minutes to a 100-minute movie. It just didn't work for me. The performances were pretty decent. As I said, Catherine Hunter was pretty good. Brandy Norwood, I thought that she was easily the best part of the movie. I thought that she was pretty brilliant in here, but just it really felt too campy for me, too frustrating, too gross at certain points, and I felt like the screenplay was just very wacky for what it was trying to be. It wasn't really a horror movie. As I said, it was kind of like a gimmicky thriller in a way. So I will say The Front Room did not work for me. It doesn't feel like an A24 film, because A24 films usually feel high quality, and I feel like this one will only work for a very niche group of pretty wacky people. So The Front Room, I'm going to give it a low 4.5 out of 10. I know, one of the lowest scores I've given to a movie in a couple months, but I just did not care for it. I got so grossed out a couple of scenes, and I feel like this movie will just, leave theaters in a couple weeks because it won't do well. So that's my review of The Front Room. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. It's free to do so, helps me a lot. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.